Hey guys, I'm rearranging the toy cave, so it's quite a mess, but that's okay. We're not working in here today. Today we are working on a Lego project that is 3 years in the making. Three summers ago, I bought a couple very large totes full of used Lego at a rummage sale. It's almost 100% Lego Star Wars sets from around the Clone Wars era. It cost me $100, and there's probably at least 100 sets in there. So it's just been sitting in the Lego room, and I haven't touched it except for pulling out the minifigures. It's just such an overwhelming project to try to build the sets out of these totes. But that's what we're gonna do. To make this project easier, I separated all of the bricks by color. So as you can see, there is a lot of gray in Lego Star Wars sets. So I've got a light gray bin, a dark gray bin, and then all the other colors. That is a ton of Lego bricks, which is why it has been really hard separating these out to build the sets when they're all disassembled like this. But hopefully sorting by color will make it easier. And then I am identifying which sets are in the bins, since there are only a couple instruction books with this. I'll have to use online instructions. But here are the minifigures that I pulled out. They used to be all nice and organized and standing up straight, but my cats knocked them all down. I also used all these printed and sticker pieces that I found in the bins to help identify the sets. And so I went and I wrote down every set that was in there, numbers and names. So I've got 1 page full, 2 pages, and 3 pages full of sets. There are a couple sets here, Atlantis sets, that aren't Star Wars, but other than that, it's almost 100 Lego Star Wars sets. I'm sure we're going to be missing some pieces because used Lego sets are always missing pieces. But luckily, our Lego room probably has that covered. We've got all of our elements separated by part and color. So that should not be a problem with us. But as I build and go through, if there are any pieces actually missing, I will point that out. So my plan is to build a couple sets per week. And then when I get a handful of them and I don't have another video to make on vintage toys, I will be doing a Lego video. And these shelves here in the back of the Lego room are going to be filled with Lego Star Wars sets when we're done. Here's some of the sets on top are the ones that I've already built out of the bins, which took forever the way I was doing it. So we are going to take a quick look at these now. The first set I built was set number 9516, Jabba's Palace. The set was released in 2012. It's a pretty large set. You can take the roof off the top here so you can see inside a little bit better. Its main feature is Jabba's throne room here. You can move Jabba up and down. There's a trap door in front of Jabba where you can drop someone into the Rancor Pit, and then when you move him forward, he goes over so he can look into the grate. It's got this entryway and tower on this side. It's like a little lookout spot here with a gun and some binoculars, a little storage here with a bottle and a rifle. And here's the entryway, and this knob controls the eyeball on the other side of the door. We'll look at that soon. And then inside, we've got Jabba, of course. We got his little hookah here, which has a little frog for him to eat inside. Some tables for some patrons. And over on this side, we've got Han Solo in carbonite, his prized possession. When you turn the set around, you can see the entryway here, and here is the little eyeball dude in the door, just like in the movie, that you can control. And the front gate opens, and there's a locking mechanism, so you can keep it open or you can quickly shut it. And here's what that tower looks like from the front. And here it is with the roof on. And there is a little plunger mechanism in the back here. that fires off one flick fire missile. I don't remember that ever being in the movie, but apparently Jabba's got a rocket launcher in the roof. Pretty nice set. All these sets around this time were pretty generous on the parts. Very cool. Now we'll take a look at the minifigures. Here are the minifigures that came with Jabba's palace. Here we got a brick-built Bomar monk. These are the guys with the brains in the jar. Here is just a stud in the jar to make it look like there's a brain in there. His legs are made out of katanas. Not exactly what he looks like in the movie, but close enough. And then we have Bib Fortuna. He's got a very nice headpiece and a cape. Silver armor printing in the front. Nothing in the back. Pretty nice, accurate looking figure. And we've got a Gamorrean guard. Comes with an axe and a unique piece that his head and his torso are on that you slip over a minifigure body. Much better improvement over the old original Gamorrean guard mold, which was just a solid slug with no painted details. And then we have Han and Carbonite here. This clips onto a clip to stand them up because it's got bars on both sides. There's Han, and there's a Han minifigure inside that you can free. He's got his eyes closed because he's blind, or on the other side of his head, his eyes are opened. Then we've got everyone's favorite monkey lizard here. It's Salacious Crumb. Nice little figure. Sits on one stud. And then the star of the show himself, Jabba the Hutt. He's got his tattoo printed on his arm. Hands. His head can rotate. Very nice Jabba figure. And then we have Ula, the dancer. She seems pretty happy for someone who's about to be eaten by a Rancor. But not so much on the other side of her head. She got this nice headpiece for her Leiku. Very nice figure. Then we've got a pretty standard Chewbacca here in handcuffs. And Leia in her Bouche disguise. She's got a staff. Printed 1x1 round tile here with the thermal detonator on it. And underneath her helmet, there she is. Angry face on the other side, and she has a backpack made out of some binoculars. The next set I built was set number 75005, the Rancor Pit. This set came out in January of 2013, a year after Jabba's Palace, and they are compatible. I will show you later. There's really not much to the set. You're mainly buying it for the Rancor. Over here in this corner, we've got a door to enter the pit where the Rancor Keeper hangs out. He's got a rake and a key and a bucket, I assume, for cleaning up Rancor poo. Other than that, this area pops open so you can play inside a little more and have more room to play. But like I said, this set is basically just 4 pillars. It's got a little bit of decoration. We've got a skeleton here. We've got a box here with a chicken leg to feed your Rancor, and just 4 columns all the way around. Over here we have a red button that Luke will take the skull and hit so that you can reenact the scene where you crush the Rancor. All you got to do to crush the Rancor on this is pull the red lever and the gate falls down. When the gate's up, you just push this back in and it holds it in place. So let's take a look at the minifigures for this set. Here are the figures. It comes with a complete skeleton along with a skeleton skull. Do you count this as a minifigure? I do. It's a pretty happy little skeleton to be dead. Then we have our Luke Skywalker figure here with some light tan hair. He comes with a bone that he would use to pry open the jaw of the Rancor like in the movie. Pretty basic print, black legs. He's got this kind of scowling look And then he's got this kind of happy look. Then we have our Gamorrean guard, same one that came in Jabba's palace, to be fed to the Rancor. And then we have the Rancor keeper here. He comes with this sad face after the Rancor dies. He's got this staff with a hook on it, and the other side of his face is kind of just this confused, grumpy look. Got some fat rolls printed on there, and a nice hairy chest. And then the star of this show, we've got the Rancor. He's got 2 posable fingers on each hand that you can use to grab a figure and feed it to him. His jaw is also posable. You can show a figure right in there. His arms go up and down. His legs do not move. He's got the scaly pattern and spikes on the back. Very nice sculpted figure. Chain on one hand. Now the coolest part about this set, besides the awesome Rancor figure, is that you can put the Jabba's Palace playset on top of it. And when you do that, you can have Luke up here talking to Jabba. When you pull this lever, the trapdoor opens up, and Luke falls down into the Rancor Pit, and the Gamorrean guard with him. So even though these came out a year apart, this was definitely planned from the beginning, and it makes a nice display piece if you have both sets. The next set is set number 7877, the Naboo Starfighter. This comes from 2011. We'll look at the little bits first. There's this little weapons vehicle here. It comes with a crate with a hammer and wrench, a little spot for someone to drive it, a ladder to load into the vehicle, and some torpedoes in the back. So your character can drive this around and get your ship ready to go. It also comes with this brick-built droidica or destroyer droid, which looks pretty good. It's got the little claws on the bottom and binoculars for guns. A little bit oversized, I'd say, for minifigures, but, you know, it's a little extra fun bit there. And then we have the N1 Starfighter here, which looks great, I think. These engines look really good. It comes with a stand to put it on for display. Pretty nice. The cockpit opens here. We got some nice sticker details all around. Anakin can sit inside. It's a pretty basic control panel in there. And we've got these long whip antennas in 3 spots to give it some length. Underneath, we just got some anti-studs. There are 2 push fire missiles on the bottom. All you do is give them a push and they sort of fire. And there is this plunger underneath to help you get R2 out of the droid socket. If I had one complaint about this set, it is that there is a very large droid socket on the top that you have to put R2 in sideways. In the movie, all that pops out is a little porthole and you just see his head. So it would have been cooler, I think, if you could load him in the bottom and just the head would be sticking out. And he would be facing the right direction. Other than that, it's a very nice model of the ship. They use some stickers here to blend the colors together, which not a fan of. It overlaps 2 different bricks, so you can't really take that apart. And, well, there's the Starfighter, and let's take a look at the minifigures. Alright, for minifigures, we got a pretty good selection here. We've got 2 of these B1 battle droids. They have a maroon body with some printed details on the front. I believe that the red denotes that they are security droids. They both come with a blaster. And then there is this Naboo pilot, no printing on the back. It's got this old pilot's looking helmet on him. No printing on the back of his head. And printing on the front. So this is the guy you'd have driving around that supply cart or being captured by the droids. There's that Droideka again I've already showed you. I don't know if you're counting that as a minifigure, but there he is. Then there's this very standard looking R2 that came in tons of sets. Doesn't have a silver head, it's just gray. Printing on this one's pretty good. Not crooked like a lot of the modern ones usually are. And then we've got little Anakin here. He's got the short legs, so he actually has to stand when he's piloting because they do not bend. He also has one of these old-timey helmets with the goggles. Oh, he's got this very serious-looking face on this side, and then this face on this side with the goggles he wore during the pod race, which is kind of weird because he's got goggles over goggles. So we'll keep him this way. And if you don't like the helmet, it also gives you a hairpiece for Anakin. Alright, we're halfway there. Up next, let's take a look at set number 7962, Anakin's and Sebulba's Podracers. This set comes from 2011. We'll look at Sebulba's Podracer first here, because it's big and takes up a lot of room. Alright, here's Sebulba's Podracer. It is huge. You can see in my hands how big this thing actually is. It's got tons of detail, different bars and bits, printed pieces, all kinds of greebling all around the top, telephones, you name it. This thing is decked out. It is big. It is cool. The engines look awesome. Looks good on all sides. It comes with a stand here. It's some clear Technic pieces and this L-shaped one on the bottom, which wedges into this tan bottom piece, and it holds it upright, which is a really clever and well-balanced design. I really like it. We've got a trans pink bar here for the power coupling, and we've got some more clear Technic bars and beams here. You're supposed to imagine those are invisible, but it holds it nice and steady for where the pod itself is here. And that is where Sebulba sits. This thing is really cool, very heavy. You can use the stand to also make it swoosh around for play. All around a very fun, really cool design. They did a great job with this one. And then there's Anakin's. Not quite as impressive, just like in the movie, much smaller. We've got these adjustable fins here. I believe these are like air brakes. Speaking of brake, I just broke this part off. Yeah, comes with the same kind of stand. Comes off. Very swishable again. I can imagine a kid running around their living room, swishing this thing all over the place and then smashing it. It's got the clear beams again, and Anakin's pod right there. Some nice sticker details. Once again, very accurate looking to the movie. Very cool. Now let's take a look at the minifigures. Here are the figures. We've got a young Obi-Wan Kenobi here with his lightsaber and cape. Angry face on the other side, happy face on the front. Then we've got Anakin here with his Podracer helmet with some nice printing on top. Angry goggle face. And then more of a just kind of serious face on the other side. I think this is the same head as the Naboo Starfighter we just looked at. Then here is Anakin's little Rodian friend Wald. Short legs, Greedo head. Just someone to cheer on the pod race. And here's the Sebulba figure. He's got a clip front foot here that he can use to grab onto the handle on the pod racer, and just two posable arm / legs here. Pretty nice sculpt. Serious looking face here on Sebulba. Good figure. And then Watto. Here's Anakin's owner, who gets to lose Anakin during the race. It's an all molded piece here for his head and torso and wings. It's kind of a rubbery material. It just goes on a blank kind of a bluish colored body here. Alright guys, I promise we're almost done. Just 2 sets to go. In my future videos, I hope to have maybe 2 or 3 sets built before I make a video. I'll go into a little more depth on those sets, but this is just what I have done so far and I want to get it out of the way. So here we go with Jabba's Sail Barge. This is set 75020. Came out in the year 2013. It's got these nice vinyl sails that are posable on the top here. On the top deck, we've got this big laser cannon, just like in the movie, that they use to blow the barge up when they're leaving. It's got another cannon up here on the rail that you can aim all around. It's got these posable fins on the outside. These are the slotted windows. In the front of the sail barge, this opens up and there is a cannon that comes out the front. On the other side, it's pretty much just the same thing. And here's the back. Cool thing about the Jabba Sail Barge playset is it all folds open for play. All the sides pull down. Lots of fun things inside. Over here we've got a jail cell. These red round bricks. There's 4 of them here are the ammunition for the shooting cannon on the front. We've got a kitchen here where R2's getting his drinks. There's a pan on the wall, the cell door, and some cooking instruments in the back. Then here is where Jabba sits to watch out the windows, to watch people being fed to the Sarlacc pit. And he's got Leia here on a chain. And in the back of the sail barge, we've got Max Rebo playing on his keyboard. So all this folds back up, and you have a nice looking model for your shelf. Let's take a look at those figures. We've got R2-D2 here. They added this 2x4 plate here so that you could put his head on top, and then he's got a wine glass, a mug, and a bottle for serving drinks. And then we've got Hut Slayer Leia, Slave Leia, whatever you want to call her. She comes with an extra large chain for strangling Jabba. Some nice gold printing on the front here. She's got a happy face. There's one of these neck pieces to hold the chain on. She's got some gold painted hair. It's a rubbery hair material with her braid. And when you look on the other side of the face, she's got a real angry face for taking out Jabba. Speaking of Jabba, here he is. It's the same exact Jabba the Hutt that came with Jabba's Palace set. There you go. Then we've got Regi's, the alien here, with 3 eyes. It's got a rifle, some stripe printing on the shirt. And we've got a Weequay guard here. Comes with a axe / spear. Pretty nice looking figure. It's got the braids printed on the back of the head and on the back of the torso. And then we've got everybody's favorite little elephant. It's Max Rebo. It's got a rubbery head and a little Smurf looking body. The last thing I built out of this rummage sale lot was set number 75052, the Mos Eisley Cantina from 2014. We will take a look at these items here first. We've got this really nice patrol dewback. He's got an articulated jaw with some nice printed teeth inside. He's got this brick-built saddle for a sand trooper to go on. We'll look at that figure later. And it also came with a land speeder. One of many land speeders LEGO has made over the years. They seem to make land speeders every single year. And it's pretty nice. But this is mostly about the cantina here. The cantina folds up into a square, but then you can open it up for play. Over on this side, we've got the bar itself with some drinks and some drink dispensers. He's got a gun clip behind the bar here. Inside of this little alcove, we've got the band. It comes with 3 band members with instruments. Here's the little alcove where Han Solo and Greedo have a discussion / Greedo dies. And here is another room just for hanging out. It's pretty cool that this all folds up into a smaller, more compact set. If you look on the back side of the set, we have this moisture evaporator here. A little trough with a bone in it. I assume that's a place for the dewback to hang out. This roof opens up so you can get into this room easier. This side panel opens up. So the trough also acts as a way to push the scenes from the alcoves out. So now you have easier access to the band and to Han and Greedo. And then you can just push them back in when you fold it up. It's a nice little set with lots of little play features. Some good character selection. So let's take a look at those figures. Alright, here's the minifigures. We've got what would be Luke Skywalker here, except I could not find his head in the bin. I don't think it's actually there. I've gone through it multiple times. So there is a piece that I do not have a replacement for. And if I don't have the exact piece, I will point it out and show you. Comes with his lightsaber, binoculars, some nice printing on the front and the back. Got old man Obi-Wan here with his lightsaber. 2 different tones printed in the beard, nice printing on the legs and body. Hood in the back. Nice figure. Then we've got our sand trooper to ride the dewback. The prod he comes with is 2 whip antennas. It's excessively long, even compared to the prod he uses in the movie. He's got some sand dirt printing on the helmet, body, and legs. He's got a built backpack here and a cloth pauldron. Underneath the helmet, we've got that standard angry clone head. And then we have Greedo here, who's known to never shoot first. He never ever shoots first. He's got this nice sculpted head, nice printing, and a belt on the legs. A little bit of printing on the back. Then Han Solo, who definitely always shoots first. We all know it. He's got the face of a killer. Just look at the guy. Got a grumpy face on the back. A little printing on the back. Nice looking Han Solo figure here. A little smirk on his face. And then we've got the band members. 1 band member with this instrument. Do not ask me what these instruments are called. I do not know. All 3 of the band members are the same. Only difference is which instrument they have. This guy's not holding an instrument. He uses this, whatever the heck it is, back here that he sits in front of. So those are the sets that I've built so far out of the tubs. And we will be building a few at a time, and I will be showing you a detailed look at these older LEGO Star Wars sets as we get them done, and we will place them on the shelves. I'm probably not going to do this every single week. It's going to be something that I do on weeks that I don't have another video, and summer's coming up, so I've got flea markets, rummage sales, and other fun stuff to look for vintage toys. So if you'd like to see these LEGO videos or any other vintage toy videos, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below, and we'll see you next time in the LEGO room.